When I was 20, my icebreaker for a date was to talk about my pinky. And you're probably going to be like, what about your pinky? Well, I used to sit there and we would have a conversation if it starts to get like quiet or something. And I was 20, okay? And I would be like, have you seen my pinky? Because it's for sure a conversation starter. And so I'm going to share with you guys today the story I wrote when I was 13 about my pinky. Obviously, this isn't like something I would share on my first date. It's, the story that I wrote. But let's enjoy this journey together. And yes, I will show you my pinky at the end, okay? I titled it Six. 6 years old. Everything happened around the ages of 5, 6, and 7. But this one I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. A permanent scar, so visible yet not at all. A piece of me that I find unique and beautiful. I was rollerblading in the warmth of the family restaurant with my brother Christopher. I was so innocent, full of fun and carelessness. Who wouldn't be at that age? I sure was. I knew it was time to go home once the blue darkened to black in the morning sky. But I was afraid, as I've always been. The large metal door that led outside from the kitchen into the car was cold and heavy. I was too young and with little to none strength for a door that size. I can't recall who held it open for me. It could have been my mother with Chris in her arms, or it could have been somebody else. I plopped down onto the ground just to be safe because the baby hill, the slide to the flat surface, scared me. I was afraid of heights, or maybe I was afraid of no control. And then it happened. Everything became a blur from then on. It's as if my worst nightmare came true. I cried so hard, screaming, "Am I going to die? Am I going to die?" Until I couldn't scream anymore. My father rushed me to the nearest sink in the kitchen that used to be familiar, and the faces around me worried and laughing as if what happened was funny. But no, they were laughing because I thought I was going to die. The sink flowed in blood and I could see my pinky, but I couldn't. The metal door had taken the tip of my pinky to the point I could see the bone that was once covered with flesh, a nail, a fingertip. No, not anymore. I couldn't feel the pain. I couldn't feel a thing. I was in shock. I sat in the big gray van, my finger in ice, waiting for my dad as I stared off into space, into nowhere. He came back in with my severed pinky, but it was mistaken with a piece of cow tripe, tripa. I remember laughing as I watched him rush to find my missing part. I wore a full hand cast for months and months. Then I upgraded to a one finger cast for my pinky with various color decisions. I don't know exactly how my pinky turned out the way it did, but I know it's curved because if I cut below the nail, I wouldn't have one. It would be a bald and much shorter than it already is. My siblings call it my eagle claw because of how it curves and looks. I love my eagle claw. And I know you're probably like, okay, what do you mean eagle claw? Why is it what about your pinky? And I hope you enjoyed that literary gold. Like me, a writer since I was like 13. Come on. But here she is. This is my pinky. As I said, she's curved. I wish it would not be as blurry. But this is my pinky. It's like, it's not a nub. I don't know if you can see it. But that's why I called it my eagle claw. And here's like the size in perspective of my other finger. Mind you, it's something I used to be super insecure about, but I'm not anymore. It's whatever it is, what it is. People don't even notice it. So in the comments, let me know something unique about yourself or what's some weird shit you used to do on first dates.